Hey, have you heard about this saying that clever, like smart people learn from their mistakes, but really smart people or clever people, they learn also from the mistakes of others. And, really, really smart people, they also look like to do lessons learned, and look for best practices. If somebody performed something, you want to know how did they do this. And it's like, and then ask yourself, how can I use this for my advantage? You have your plan, you want to go somewhere, you want to accomplish something, you want to achieve a project, stuff like this. And, it's astonishing that a lot of people, they always do over and over the same types of mistakes, which has been proven that it really didn't work, and when they're saying, oh, we have a breakdown, we have really a problem here, it didn't work, we didn't go to our results. And it's like, okay, to just say something, and nobody is looking to put this and document it somewhere and, say, this is kind of the which didn't work. It's there's lots of literature out there and about how to do good project management. Of course, there's lots and lots of good sayings, But really, if you have a certain type of project or a certain kind of activity, and this kind of activity has been done before, why not look at how did they do this? Where did they have the pitfalls? And especially look at people who performed very well. That's one thing. So lessons learned is you can do a lessons learned. You work for a week and then you do lessons learned. That's in agile project management. There's in the retrospective. There's always this planning and there's a sprint. You have 2 weeks or a week increment or whatever you have. But you you plan, you act. You do a process, lessons learned, retrospective, really great. People look, oh, the last week or 2 weeks we were working like this and this didn't work. What can we put in place? What can we do now to learn from our behavior and become better? Agile project management, it's really much ingrained in there. So, and of course, you can if you are inside of a company and so on, you can make lessons learned how you do certain things, lessons learned, or in organization or in a program, really what works and what doesn't work, because there's psychology and lots of people always, there are certain things when you do them, they don't really work with people, regularly, So if you tell people what to do, and they are not motivated, you're doing management and there's no leadership, there's no engagement, and usually doesn't really work, But if you also you're looking for a structure, you want to achieve something, and usually you start there and you want to achieve this. And why not look in the past and go for best practices? Because really you want to look at the best practices. How did that person actually do this? I interviewed quite some people about things of, how to make these programs work. And then I interviewed one person and the person said, I wasn't nice to people. No. If, I was really straight to the point and some people didn't like it, and then we had sometimes it was escalated and then they were resolving it afterwards. But some people, that leader, some people left because straightforward, you can be nice, but you have to be also to the point. If it's just niceness, also maybe does not work so well, So there are ways how some people achieved something, hey, there's somebody who achieved something nearly 100% on a target, yeah? So, and if you see the performance levels are quite really low in a certain area, and somebody achieved close to 100%, why not look at them and ask, how did you do that? Yeah? And what was at the source of this? What worked and doesn't work? It's important, because, hey, you can learn, and of course you can try to make your own mistakes over and over again. But if okay, that thing doesn't work and that thing didn't really work well, but that thing over there, then you can, okay, I can put my plan there. You don't have to go in all the drops always again, That's what I think is a good idea. So if lessons learned, best practice, know certain pitfalls, but of course you don't want to, like I learned to drive a motorcycle with a friend in Finland on a sand road. And, as a motorcycle rider in Germany, we usually drive on nicely paved roads. If there's just like a little sand on the road, you are absolutely getting terrified, And then I was getting this motorbike and he said, okay, most important thing, Thomas, don't look at the trees. Finland, by the way, lots of trees. There are these sand roads, trees left and right. And he said, don't look at the trees. Always look at the road. Important thing, you want to always, your language always must be positive, because your brain can't really take negatives. So you always want to go for the positive thing. So if you always say, don't look at the trees, it doesn't work. You want to say, look at the road. Always look at the road. Your vision guides you. So I knew the pitfall is looking in the trees. So I drove the thing and he teach me some other stuff. And after 1 or 2 hours, I was really enjoying it so much. It was where there's more sand. But the most important thing was your vision. He said, look at the road ahead where you want to go. Look where you want to go. The bike is going to follow. And then you are steering with the gas. Yeah? But that's really the thing. You want to know, that's the best practice. Okay. Yeah, and some other stuff. Know the best practice. You know the pitfalls, that you can really say, that's a good practice. Lessons learned. Because, there are people who just really, a lot of times people, when you go car driving, a lot of times people, there is something coming, there's something on the road. And some people will be fixated with their eyes on the obstacle. You're going to crash into it. You can hardly do anything. You are driving into it. So in I've done these ADAC or these trainings with cars, and what you learn there is there's an obstacle, and immediately you have to force yourself to look for the opening. You don't look into the thing, in the obstacle. You have to look. It's also like when you're driving a race car or on the street, on the racetrack, you have to look for the opening. You don't want to look at the other car. Your subconscious is looking at the other car, but you want to look, I can do this. I can overtake there. There's the opening. You look, it's I'm going there. It's there's an obstacle. You want to look, not for the obstacle. You're crashing into it. You want to look for the opening. So that's, the one thing is the pitfall, then there's a lessons learned around it, what could I have done, and where I want to go. And sometimes it's also helpful to, imagine you have a project and you want everybody to file a report, every week, you say, it's a really simple task, and you just tell people, I want to report, maybe they have to click something, and it's really simple. There's a tool, it's really simple. It just takes 1 or 2 minutes. You just want to have this report done. And you want to have a report done at a later time, let's say midday. So what are you going to do? Well, you're telling people that's your task. Everybody, you have to report. Good. So now you want to have, of course, 100%. Of course, you want to have that everybody is reporting, So what are you going to do? Well, tell them, really make it, clear. You want to have this report. Tell everybody here, this is how you do it. And then are you going to call them before? Yeah, did you report? Or check. You can make lots and lots of energy and focus on who has reported yet and these kind of things. Before the deadline is actually gone. Or you can, this is micromanaging people, and this is people, are they high performers or are they even not capable of fulfilling a simple task? I would say, if you're doing this with school children the first time, you probably have to train them some more, but you say, hey, that's actually high performance people. Tell them, that's the thing, this is your task. You click something, put some stuff in. And the only thing is remind yourself that you're doing it. Yeah, tell them, let them fail. And then when they don't do it, like 80% maybe just immediately do it, and they can just put something in place. I failed once in something like this, and then I put like an alarm I have an alarm in my phone which like beep, 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 saying on when I have to do this kind of reporting task, it's making beep, beep. It's a very special thing. It's just for this, because I know I have to do this, So, and that's like the thing. If you treat people and like try to micromanage them to like the 100%, no, the other option is like make it really clear that you want it. Make it really clear. Do you have any more questions? Do you know how to do this? Maybe you have to test them. Just click it now. Store it somewhere in your diary. Set up some alarm system that you do this. Some people are like really good. They have the calendar. It's in there. Boom, boom, boom. They do it. Really simple. Yes. And so you can treat people like grown-ups and say, you do it. And if they didn't report, you can have a